listening to the Hanging from the Rafters podcast.
I dislike it on a personal level.
I dislike it extremely. I don't hate it, but I dislike it to the point where if you don't stop, I may hit you.
With Chris Rafter.
Smells like Bigfoot's dick. Why don't you go back to fucking France or wherever the hell you're from? Pull it out. Let's see it. What are we even fucking doing here?
Austin Rafter.
I can't believe what's happening to me. You ain't going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Bryce Silver.
Gonorrhea I got it from this one tramp that I was with.
Come on, you idiot. You gotta. What do you mean?
Anyway, brother, here's Wonderwall.
And Tim Morris.
Do you think the mimes actually stab people, or do you think they just mime it? Jamie, can you pull up a video of somebody's head being crushed by sonar? That'd be great.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
Extremely. I don't hate it, but I dislike it to the point where if you don't stop, I may hit you.
With Chris Rafter.
Smells like Bigfoot's dick.
Why don't you go back to fucking France or wherever the hell you're from?
Pull it out. Let's see it. What are we even fucking doing here?
Austin Rafter.
I can't believe what's happening to me. You ain't going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
And Bryce Silver.
Gonorrhea I got it from this one tramp that I was with.
Come on, you idiot. You gotta. What do you mean?
Anyway, brother, here's Wonderwall.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
So, did
Especially with a laptop, you could lose everything.
Or I lost all my
Right.
fucking projects that I hadn't like pushed to a repository or anything. Instead, it's been like, well, that's all fucking gone. Like,
Yeah.
there's shit from classes that I wasn't allowed to push to anything, and so like it's all local.
Yeah, this is all
And
I have,
like
and it's
to, I want to
gone.
reference that. Yeah.
So we were talking about The Witcher a minute ago. Did Henry Cavill actually drop himself, or
Oh, he got
Wait,
kicked.
that's what I'm saying. Is I think he got kicked, but I'm thinking it kind of happened at the exact same time. They're like, oh, he's coming back as Superman.
He didn't get dumped. He dumped
Wait,
her.
is he
Fuck
coming
that.
back? I thought he's not coming back. I
No,
thought
this
they already
is
announced a new
no,
Superman.
I heard he's dead.
No, you're missing what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
When he was kicked from the show or left or whatever,
Yeah.
it happened at the exact same time. They were saying, oh, he's going to be Superman still.
So I, from what I had read, he had been having problems with them from the start of the show because they wanted him to be one way and to be really like a romance thing. And he's like, no, I'm a fucking nerd. Like, I want it to be like the fucking games and the books.
And the show, let's be honest, is not good, right? It's just very, very bad. No, I'm just kidding.
Very bad.
It's not great. I'll
I
be
like
honest.
he went along with it. It was like, no, it's not that bad. What's
No.
wrong with you, dude?
The first season
I'll be
fucking
honest, I think
rules.
it's-
And then they got into the second season and they're like, let's make this gay.
There's just a lot of shit that, like, I would just hope I would like that they focus
know,
more
be
on the
better if
monster
this was gay.
fighting, the fucking thing we like.
Yeah, they have like one instance of it or two, like every season after one.
It really doesn't make any sense. The monster fighting would be the cheapest part.
I would
because,
think.
Like,
Nowadays,
nowadays, I think it costs more
depending.
money to have an actual actor than it would cost to just do CGI.
Well, that's their thing is they want to do
which
like
is
this-
why they just bought like Luke's slight likelihood.
So like the
this
Strigan fight,
likelihood.
the first season when he fought the Strigans, like the king's daughter that's like an unborn fetus that fucking comes back as a monster and feeds on fucking
You're an unborn
people.
fetus.
That one, like they want to
Got
do
him.
it all fucking like
Nailed
fucking,
this guy to the wall.
Yeah, keep talking about nerd shit.
They wanted to be like all practical effects, and so that shit was probably expensive as fuck. But I think they were worried about like if they start pushing too much towards CG, it'll become obvious that it's very hokey. And so I think now what they're trying to do with the Hemsworth brother is now they can lean it into like a love show. and do more CG, because when people are focused on how angry they are at this stupid love story, they won't notice the terrible CGI.
Oh, they won't
They'll
notice
just be
anything.
stoked that you're not being gay for a few minutes.
They will not notice anything. No one is going to watch it with
No
him.
one's
in there.
ever seen anything.
No one.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill was the biggest draw, and he's not
He's
even a
fucking-
very big
so
draw.
I do. Have you heard about his Warhammer 40K?
Yeah,
movie?
yeah.
He's trying to-
Because
I'm
everybody knows
fucking
the
psyched.
deep lore.
No,
Everybody knows the
Warhammer is
deep.
shit.
Everybody knows
Hey,
the
there's-
deep lore of a board game.
I get into
I don't
that
give a
shit.
fuck. I love
I get caught.
Warhammer.
I get caught up on the
Yeah.
fucking some wiki deep dives in that shit. You just like hear about like a subsection of the universe, and you're like, that's cool.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
their thing? Oh, they fucking attack you with sound. These super sound guns that fucking destroy your skull and brain and all this shit. And
I've
like,
never seen
that's
that in
cool. And then I
anything
go
before.
like deep in and fucking.
Speaking
No.
of destroying your brain with sound, you listen to Hanging from the Rafters podcast. Austin's here, and then me and Bryce, and what's your name again?
Pile.
Steve. Steve's here. Tim. His name's Tim, and I know him.
I know him.
But yeah, no.
Gomer Pyle.
ever
you
since
forget
I was
your
a-
fucking name.
Ever since I was a kid, I loved like Warhammer and Warhammer 40K, and like I never really knew anyone else that was
You
into
did
it.
the
Is there a story
See,
behind it?
There
Because it just
is
strikes
a
me.
huge lore. Like a
Yeah,
very
no,
deep
like
lore.
I have books.
And
Okay.
there's games. There's like a first-person shooter they made early
You can't
2000s
read.
and shit, and they're supposed to be making a new one.
He's not
Well,
saying
they
that he can
also
read
have
the
a-
books.
A lot of
I
pictures.
can't
He's
read.
just
They
saying.
also
He's just saying he
have
knows
a-
that
Hey,
the
hey,
books
he
exist.
owns
Audible.
them.
Yeah,
Audible.
he has
guy-
the books. They
They-
just
Audible,
can't read them.
baby. They get
But
read
they-
to me. I don't gotta read
Yeah,
them.
right?
yeah. Audible, baby.
But they also have like a few pretty cool like RTS series.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, that's what it strikes me as.
That's what
it is
he
a real-time
probably-
strategy
yeah.
on a board in terms of a board
That's
game.
what-
That'd probably be the best way it would translate from like board game
Right.
to video game.
I thought
I
that
actually
was
have
real tiger
no-
sandwiches, and I was wrong.
I actually have no idea how the Warhammer board game works.
I
at
don't.
all.
I don't
Not at
either.
all.
I don't either.
I
but
used to have a neighbor who painted the little figurines.
yeah,
And I thought that was
Chris
all it
and
was.
Nick Forbes are huge about that
I
shit.
thought
It's
that's
just
all it
basically-
was. You
it's
just paint
D&D, but you
figurines.
have figures now
Yeah.
instead of just
But
writing
no,
it
because
And they're
they
in
have like
space.
a
It's
like
the same
a
thing. They
It's-
click.
Yeah, it's like a click.
bro,
it's kind
Joe
of like
used
a
to
what's
take
it called,
it.
RoboClicks or whatever fucking
thing
thing
I'm-
was.
You build like a big map, and with has squares on it, they can only move so much. They do things, but only to things
Well-
in a certain element. It's the same thing as D&D, except for you have things
Whenever
with like
I've-
click to 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Whenever I've seen those boards, like you don't see any squares. It's like
It's just
super
open map.
detailed.
Well,
like,
then it's about
fucking-
foot. I think they get
Hero Clicks, I guess, was the big.
What is it
one
called?
That got big.
a
Like-
ruler. They get a ruler out.
Measuring tape.
Yeah, they
I-
probably make their own.
You only
Maybe.
move like 5 feet.
craft paper
maybe.
and shit. Or
I'm
like,
going to the hardware store today.
yeah.
So what
Yeah,
you
we
get in a
can-
measuring tape? Oh, what you making? Warhammer map.
But yeah,
Warhammer
what was that?
characters.
What was that store in the mall that sold that shit?
Oh, yeah,
Legends.
like that game
no, it wasn't
workshop.
Legends.
It was
Games
some
Workshop.
Games
Oh,
Workshop
yeah,
was
yeah,
it?
you
So
go-
you would go into there and they would have like a whole fucking
It's
map
all they
set out
had.
in the middle of the
Well,
store.
it was like
Yeah,
the
it was
primary
the-
cell, I
You
think.
walk in there, you're
Point
like,
of
you have
the
anything besides this? It's like, no, I don't understand this game.
we have things like this that are
Then I hit
differently
'em.
themed. That's about it.
The magic cards are in the back, and they are mine.
So you just like
Those
walk
are
in
for
there,
me
you're
to
like,
have.
do you have anything else? Oh, that's all we have. Do you guys make $75 a month? Because that's
How
all
do
I
you
can
pay
really
rent? I
see.
can't imagine this is cheap.
It was there for years too.
Yeah.
But the thing I have a problem with them doing a Warhammer 40K thing is strictly a geek feeling, and that is you have an entire iconic lore in StarCraft, and yet they're still not aiming at it. And you're
I
gonna do
think
this fucking Warhammer shit that is
supposed
I
to
thought they
way,
were supposed to do something.
way more niche.
Wait, does Blizzard
There
own
was-
Warhammer? No.
I don't think so.
Wizards of
Uh,
the Coast owns Warhammer,
I think,
just like they own D&D and Magic.
I don't think they.
Who
I don't
owns
think it's
Warhammer?
supposed
I'm
to-
sorry,
I
wait.
don't
Who
know.
owns it?
Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, okay.
It's owned by Hasbro, but they're
Oh, okay.
it's
But
like
it's
the-
a
That's 'cause
sub
you
company.
have-
Hasbro
Balled
bought
out,
them.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
then, but
yeah.
They
they
created
continued
D&D
writing.
and then fucking Magic, and they got
The
bought
D&D
out.
and Magic are their big thing. No, it's still there.
You've heard that story, huh? But I mean, like they got bought out by Hasbro. It was originally
Oh,
their
yeah,
own company.
yeah,
and
yeah.
then you've heard that story about like
There's one guy.
the wife of the guy who made the owner of the original owner was the coach. His wife thought he was cheating on her, and so she busts in this fucking where they're like fucking working on like hanging out at him and all his buddies. And like, well, you're fucking cheating on me. They were creating D&D
Yeah.
at the time or
Great.
some shit
Just a
like
bunch
that.
of fucking nerds.
It's just
Yeah.
nerds, yeah,
Yeah,
or
there's
fucking
nerd
nerding
shit
out.
happening.
She's
There's
like, you're
no
fucking
chance-
cheating. Oh shit,
There's
it's all
absolutely
dudes.
yeah.
Like,
There's absolutely no chance of pussy in that room. Like
it's also no chance of even gay sex either. It's just fucking fat dudes just like, well, I was thinking that the elves could.
It's great because Jonathan, that he wears glasses, he always does the well, actually, when you talk about geek shit, and he pushes his glasses up every time. It's the best. He fucking actually's all the time on Star Wars.
Finger, it's very important. You go.
You got it, yeah. Just to let him know, fuck you, dude.
So Games Workshop is still owned by Games Workshop. Like,
No
they're
shit.
Their own thing.
I hope they're dead. I'm not talking about
They're
Games
dead.
Workshop. I'm talking about Warhammer 40K is owned
That-
by
Talking about
Yes.
we're talking about
Games
getting shit
Workshop
done.
owns Warhammer.
the entire franchise.
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Yes, that's right.
I don't
Their
think they
revenue,
will,
their
though.
revenue is about $386 million a year.
Everyone
What?
knows you can't read, dude.
Got your ass, bitch.
He's just making up numbers.
That's now that he's playing fucking Pac-Man.
Their review is at least.
He's
Bullshitting you.
playing a game.
Yeah.
He's all,
Making
no,
you
it says
nerds,
right
like,
here that I'm right about everything
386
ever.
million, asshole.
you see me scrolling? That means I'm reading.
What the fuck? It was blue. God damn it.
Tim, that phone doesn't work. You don't even own a phone because you're.
That's a piece of
Poor.
cardboard that you drew.
It's a calculator.
Just says boobs on it, 8008.
boobless. You're just gonna
5.
repeat
Yeah.
boobless.
Tim, that's an original Game Boy. Good for you.
He's like, well,
The
good
big
news.
You should
fat
trade
gray
it
one.
for a phone.
He's like, well, good news. Bulbasaur's evolving into Ivysaur, so
So that means Games Workshop makes $386 million a year.
it's very clear from this evolution
Got
process.
it.
I could tell.
Yeah, that or 32 because he's level 32.
I'm surprised how good the Dungeons and Dragons movie ended up being.
Yeah, it actually wasn't bad.
That and
I
we saw
remember watching it.
the Barbie movie today. That was
Jonathan!
actually
Oh, you
very
saw
fun.
that?
That was funny as
You
shit.
know the
But yeah,
fucking,
that's the other thing they own is Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
have you seen the Barbenheimer memes?
Yeah,
and all
of
that
course. I
shit?
posted one in the group.
I don't really watch and pay attention to that shit.
Of course you don't. You just
know
drop a
shit
video
out
that
of
no
me.
one wants to watch and leave.
Batman,
you don't even
I'm cleaning my
come back-
grinder, Batman.
You don't even come back for feedback. You just drop it and leave it. It's like, all right, well, that's cool. Austin, that was awesome. You'll
That's
never see
how-
this.
That's how I do it on fucking Discord, on my Discords too. Just drop that shit and like, I'll look at it in a week or two.
You're like the fucking Joe Rogan of posting in group chats. Like, you just drop it and then you don't even look at anything. You're like, I hope they like this. No, I don't care.
He tricks you like email. I
Well, I
gotta
was
read
just thinking
these.
about. I remember you used to worry
Let's just
about
delete them all. and
That's
say
what
that
I imagine
forgot.
him doing. Yeah.
I remember
When you look at your inbox has like 4,000 emails, you're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just delete them all.
Select all.
If it's important, they'll come.
I'm gonna mark them all as
They'll email
spam,
back.
actually.
Yeah,
They'll
spam.
call
Don't
me
ever
or
talk to me
something.
again. Who sends email anymore?
Yeah, right.
It's funny. I was just thinking about the fucking. It's Trailer Park Boys when they get the fucking backyard like wrestling fucking.
Yeah, with the
kid
green
ring and
bastard and all that shit.
And he's like, you all right there, Corey? I don't give a fuck, actually. I don't give a fuck, actually.
Yeah, asked him just to tell him he doesn't care. Yeah. You're right there, Corey. I don't give a fuck, actually.
The great bastard. Shout out to the great
Parts
bastard.
unknown, baby.
Yeah, when we did go to see Barbie, the ladies are like, "Oh, what movie are you guys gonna go?" Because we were getting popcorn. Like, what movie are you gonna see? Oppenheimer. And it's like, are you saying that just looking at me?
And you're like, dude, I'm a Barbie girl.
You
I'm
should
a
have said
Barbie.
Barbenheimer. We're doing the double feature.
Oppenheimer.
I actually scoffed at her. I'm like, Oppenheimer. We're here to see Barbie.
What is
That's for
Oppenheimer?
It's the story of
It's the story
of
Do you
the
not know who that
Oppenheimer,
is?
of the scientists who helped who headed the Manhattan Project
Oh,
for
okay.
World War II. So everybody's probably really
I
excited
have
to
become
see.
death.
Yeah,
He
the,
said
the
it's funny
destroyer of
'cause he
worlds.
said like he's like I didn't want to do a I know they're not gonna do a CG, they didn't do a CG whatever nuclear explosion, and no one fucking what the fuck's his name, you know, he would have done like,
Steve.
can we not do a real nuclear explosion? Like, no, we can't launch a nuke off for a movie.
You mean Christopher Nolan?
Yeah, but I'm guessing what they're probably gonna do is it'll be
Hey,
like
what's the
an
budget
of a
up-close
nuke?
actual
I'm gonna go ahead.
explosion.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that the thought of actually detonating or asking for detonating of a real nuke or missile probably never even occurred to him.
I think it occurred to him immediately.
He's not a
As soon as he
retard.
went about
Don't
it.
we have
Remember how all
like,
that money
You know
he
what?
made?
No, there was some
Don't we
dumb
have
producer that's
places
like,
where
can
we
we just
do
get a
that?
real nuke?
yeah,
Remember that
there's
fucking-
underground facilities in New Mexico, and then we've
But we
done
haven't-
them offshore
they
like
haven't
for
tested them.
past
We
20
haven't done it
years.
in a long
I
time.
thought they haven't
No.
tested them like
They don't
30
do it
yeah,
anymore.
like
They don't-
40
they don't
years
do it
ago.
in
Hey, it
active
turns out it makes that whole place unlivable.
Well, after
for
the
quite some time.
Sarabamba thing, they were like, "Hey, we might fuck the world
That's-
doing these tests."
That's my favorite
so
song.
you probably cut it off.
Sarabamba.
Just to be clear, that one is not our bomb.
Oh yeah, no, it was, but wasn't that the
you're
reason
thinking of,
that
you're
like,
thinking of Castle Bravo,
that was the Russians fucking
Yeah,
bomb?
yeah.
That fucking that
biggest one.
that pilot who barely escaped. Then like he said, he's like the back end of my fucking plane started lifting from the explosion.
Yep.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking die.
The amount of air displaced is pretty fucking crazy. But I know people are going into that movie
Yeah,
hoping
fast
like
as
the
fuck.
end of it's going to be some like bombing
Another
run on
explosion,
Japan.
yeah.
They're hoping
I
for
was
some like
just hoping
bombing run
like
on
a
Japan.
testing.
Well, I
When
would
in
assume
reality,
that-
it's just gonna be like the ending's gonna be him discovering it and then feeling bad that, and that's gonna be the
Well,
end.
I
of
think
it.
there
funny
might
is
be.
that's like
he'll
a-
probably have done a small actual explosion, and if they do any like nuclear
No,
testing,
I would assume that'd be
scene,
like
it'll
halfway
be an
through.
up close.
Because he wouldn't talk to Roosevelt. Was Roosevelt? He
Yeah.
talked
No,
to
he was,
President. He
Truman.
felt bad about Truman.
Yeah.
That's it. He wouldn't talk to him about it.
Yeah.
And like he's like, you shouldn't have done this. I feel I have blood on my hands.
Yeah.
And then one of the people that encouraged him was Einstein, who was not part of the Manhattan Project, but encouraged him to build that side
It
of
wasn't officially
type
a
of
part
bomb.
it.
Well,
But,
because they knew
the-
the capability.
The funny thing
it'd
about
be awesome, dude.
the funny thing
It's
about
gonna
the
be sick.
nuclear testing sites is fucking like a SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Like the kind of the backstory of that.
Bikini
They
Atoll.
live in Bikini Bottoms, which is below Bikini Atoll.
Yep.
So they're all just fucking
Holy shit,
nuclear
dude.
mutated
I like
fucking
how-
fish
Did you
people.
hear
like,
that?
shit.
I never know that.
Yeah.
You see
It's
that
pretty dope.
Fucking mind
I was
It's
blowing.
pretty
watching some
dope thought, like-
documentary
That's what
shit
they
about
talk.
when they did that testing and the fucking underwater testing, and they had all like the soldiers who were within like they weren't within death range of the blast, but like of course all of them like 100% of them got cancer and
Yeah,
died
well,
later
there-
on.
there's
But
a-
they was like
Yeah.
it was just like you got
There's a
fucking this wave
video-
of heat and shit. They were like it was
No, that'll
close
probably
your
be
eyes,
fine.
you're gonna get a wave of heat, get down. 'cause
There's
you
a
might
video
fucking
from
throw
one
off
of the
boat.
boats they were fucking doing that on.
Right.
You know they at least figured it's 50-50. Everyone that's watching this is going to die.
Well, they
Like,
put
you
him.
know what? We'll try it.
They put him at a distance where, again, they're out of the blast radius. But you know, if they told them straight up, like, cover your eyes,
Yeah,
because
and
closing them
ears,
won't be
yeah.
enough.
That's
And and they're still seeing X-rays of their fucking
Yeah.
hands and shit.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
you are
Wild.
blocking some of the radiation with your hands, but like
Yeah.
you're
It's
still
still
absorbing that.
Passing through
You're
your
getting it,
body.
it's going
yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah, it's still going through. So yeah, all these dudes. I think you posted it, Tim. Like, I think I think it was 95% of them have like since died of cancer, and the only one that
Yeah.
survived died of like a heart attack.
So yeah, no, that
Is
that
it the one
had
guy
that
that had a normal death? You know.
that had that video on it, and it's like somebody like whoever's
up a
holding the
little bit
camera, whoever's holding the camera, they're on the back of the ship, and so like you see everybody sitting there, and then you just see this fucking bright ass flash,
Yeah,
and
that
then
shit's
once
nuts.
that's gone, you see the mushroom cloud like
Mhm.
off in the distance.
Oh yeah, man. They have a good representation of it in Fear the Walking Dead. For some reason, they decide to bring nukes into the zombie world. I don't know why this
Why
is.
not?
So
But
you
it
could
was
have
a fun
nuclear
little arc.
zombies.
It was a fun little arc that they did at the end of a season, and just the they do all the perspectives and shit like that, and it's pretty fucking dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just seeing the way that they interpret what it would look like if it were going off in Houston, basically. Houston, Austin, doesn't matter. You know, over in that area in
Wasn't
Texas.
that, remember that show Jericho? Was kind of the premise of that.
Seen
It
that
was
one.
like a fucking nuclear.
did they
the
show-
nuclear apocalypse happened?
They
Yeah.
show the nuke.
They're in the
Yeah, it's
distance.
the
Well,
first episode.
first episode is they're like farther enough from them that like their town
And you know what?
is
They
getting
got a real nuke.
destroyed by
The
nukes.
90s was a wild
Yeah, they
time.
actually
Well,
shot real
the thing
nukes off.
the thing that always got me about that in like zombie movies though is like, okay, so you nuke all the zombies, and odds are they still don't die, and now everybody's dealing
They
with
addressed
nuclear
that in that,
radiation in zombies.
In that book, the one they made the movie of, that has nothing to do with
World War Z.
World War Z. They try that.
That
It
one's
does nothing.
great. My
It
favorite was
burns all the ones near it, but they
Yeah.
don't die of radiation poisoning because they're already zombies.
Well, my favorite is the fucking Cuba scene when they're like all the rich Americans were like, shit, we can't be on America. Let's go to fucking Cuba. We're gonna take over them. We're gonna tell them we're fucking taking over. And like they get there and like we're safe. And then fucking the zombies start rising from the surf and like, oh shit, we're in an island. We can't
Whoops.
fucking escape.
I can't get out. What were you thinking? This was such a bad idea. How did you convince us?
Well, that's it. They describe a point where they're like
Everyone
fighting
around you
against
is
like
dying.
there's like thousands of zombies, and they start shooting missiles at them. But they realize all they're doing is making piles, but they just
Displacing.
keep coming.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
that's
It's like
that
if they
one-
still have legs, they're still coming.
Well,
Yeah.
that's just that one scene they actually kind of got that in the movie where they're in.
This episode is brought
when
to you by
they're
the
in
book
fucking
World War Z.
Jerusalem- When they're in Jerusalem,
This
and
episode's
Yeah.
brought
they
to you by
built the
books.
walls, and you see that they're
At
just
the West
piling
Bank.
themselves up. Yeah,
Yeah, the Western Wall or whatever it's called. And they just
Yeah.
they're piling on themselves, just crawling up.
Yeah,
They
It's
Not
run
crawling,
with
they're,
some of
they're
the
running.
concepts,
That
but
shit's
it's not
crazy.
written. It's written like a history book, not like a.
Well, it's written like a
story.
documentary.
There's no single character.
I always like that scene in the movie though, where they're in that like Muslim city or whatever, and they decide they're still gonna do like the call
Jerusalem?
to prayer.
It was Jerusalem.
Oh, okay, it was Jerusalem. Yeah, they
Yeah,
do
the Muslim
that.
city of
Jewish
They're
Jerusalem.
city.
hoping all the zombies drop down.
I
They're
guess
like,
you're
"What
kinda
about
right."
Jesus?"
Depends on what year we're talking
Yeah,
about.
they're,
Or
they're
depends on
doing
how
the
you
whole,
view it.
They're still doing the whole like call to prayer with like the big ass siren.
Well, that's the reason it gets them all fucked up.
Why?
yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah,
Like-
let's just attract them.
Yeah, that's when they attacked the
get 'em
wall.
over
Yeah,
here.
once when they realized, he's like, and the guy's like listening, he's like, oh shit, they're fucking building. Tell them to shut the fuck up.
No, God will keep them away. God's cool with this. He doesn't like the zombies. He's gonna keep them away from us.
The most realistic.
I don't think God would have let this happen to begin with.
Right.
So
The most realistic is most
he
people
might be
die,
checked out.
and then there'd be like a handful of people that are nuts, and they're still here. They made it through, but then they start killing each other, and then eventually there's like 10 people left.
It'd basically be Mad Max with zombies.
Yeah, be mad zombies, Max.
God got
Mad
up from
Max
his
zombies.
Bob Zombie.
God got up from his game of Sim City to make a sandwich, and that cosmic sandwich has been the past 6,000 to 10,000 years or so.
I think right now we're at the point where he's making the sandwich.
Yeah, he's finally put the first slice of ham on, but since we have no
That's
concept
my
of the time
favorite
that
slice.
yeah,
The first one.
he eats ham. By the way, he's not Jewish.
No,
He's straight up like
those guys are fucking weird.
it's a ham. It's got
Like, I don't know what these
prosciutto.
people are talking about. I love Jesus because I'm an American. This is God. God's American.
I like the bit they do in King of the Hill where they're talking about somebody's religion, and Bill just goes, "Well, I for one would never join a religion that restricts my diet."
Yeah, I know, right? Like that's
That's why
one
they
thing.
didn't work that into Christianity. Like, no.
It's like and half of them don't, but like only the Catholics would even follow it, and
The
most
fish
of them
thing?
don't. Yeah,
The
shellfish
fish thing?
and
Whatever. I don't eat fish
animals
that
with
often
cloven
anyways.
hooves. Yeah, I
All
wouldn't be able
those
to.
things were to stop people from eating.
Well,
things
see,
that
yeah, it
get
makes
them
sense
sick.
when like you didn't know how to cook shit to like what the specific temperature needs to burn off all the fucking bacteria, and so like the elders at the time were like, the people over here who keep getting all the fucking clams and shit dying. They're just
Clam
dying all
people.
the fucking time. We can't let them. They can't let that go.
You know what?
No
Tell 'em
more
it's
shellfish.
sin.
None of that.
Tell them it's sin.
Well, and then it's perception
No
after that. Like
nuns.
animals
None.
of a cloven hoof, you can't eat either, which is like.
Well,
all right, so
even
that's
like-
why you don't have bacon and stuff.
Well, that's what pigs would make sense just the
Well, there's
same.
sh-
You don't
that's
know how
why
to cook it right.
it's-
People are getting
yeah.
sick and
There's
dying.
not really-
It's,
there's not really
it's
a-
always shellfish and pork because both of those, you cook them wrong, you get very sick.
Well, I mean, there's no wrong way to cook pork.
There's
you
no
just
wrong
cook
way
it.
to eat
Well,
Reese's.
well,
You might as well
I
say
mean-
chicken at that point.
But pork,
I would just assume, like,
pork can go
undercooking it would be
very,
the
very
idea.
bad very easily, and it's like a fine line.
How so?
Like it's like a few degrees, like
Yeah,
between
like,
pork
fucking
being bad
sick
and.
But no one eats medium rare pork. Like that's not a thing.
I
There's no how do you
understand,
want your
but it
pork?
If you're a
doesn't-
fucking
Have you met
It's-
Joe?
cave person,
Again, it would be chicken if anything.
With
That's
pork,
the hardest one to cook.
Yeah, it's
Right?
just. Well,
I guess it's the
I
most
like my
obvious.
I think
chicken
chicken
medium
just
rare.
cooks really fast.
I
is
saw
the
this
difference.
fucking-
It doesn't.
live on the
It
edge.
actually doesn't. Chicken actually takes longer to cook. It's usually thicker cuts
Very
too.
thick.
Yeah.
And then you get like
I
big
rock-
pieces.
I
And
rock
it's a higher
thighs.
temperature that
That's
you
why
need
you
to cook
gotta
it.
get thighs.
Thighs are the way to go.
No breasts. Breasts are bullshit.
Breasts suck.
Breasts
You gotta
dry
soak
out,
breasts
yeah,
for
thighs
days.
Are the best
I
way.
love
But
breasts,
it
but
might
not those
also
ones.
it might also do
I love
have
women's
something to do
breasts.
with like pork if you leave it sitting
That'd be
out
gross.
too long.
I think it's
goes
because
bad
they're.
faster.
I think it's because they're viewed as a dirty animal, and that's it.
Yeah.
You're a
They
dirty animal.
bathe in root and shit. You're dirty, filthy animals, which you are.
Piece of
You're
shit.
a pork.
I think I've seen just about every animal
Yeah,
on
that's
Earth
probably
wallow in its
that's
own
almost
shit at some
certainly
point.
like that's almost
That much
certainly
is true.
Part of it. Just the fact that like fucking pigs and shit, like they roll in mud to fucking keep themselves cool, and so they just see that and like, don't eat that. What
And
the
they-
fuck is wrong with
Well,
you?
they literally eat anything.
Yeah.
That's why like
Yeah.
people use them. They feed people to them and shit. The big
Yeah.
ones.
You just starve them.
You just starve them.
Starve them a few days and let them go.
I like that all religions come together, and when they're like, you know
Right
what,
now.
fuck chickens. Everyone can have chickens. It doesn't matter.
Fuck the
Oh, yeah.
There's
chickens.
no there, and like, except for weird vegans. Other than that, there's no religion that's like don't eat chicken.
Even the Sikhs are like, that's fine.
No, that's fine.
That's
I
fine.
remember, I just remember
Just
when I
don't
used
eat
to
the cow.
Cows are cool, but chicken, fuck
I
chickens.
used to
Don't
listen-
eat cows,
I remember
please.
When I used to listen to Rogan, he had a story about like he had chickens, and one of the chickens like pecked his daughter because she petted or something, and he's like immediately
Well,
went
that's dinner.
he immediately went like slaughtered it, and he's like, well, they're fucking dinosaurs, and like his friend was like, it might come back, and it's like, do you think the chicken's gonna come and fucking slit her throat in her sleep?
I don't think
it's
he
a
thought that
chicken.
at all.
Keep it inside.
I don't think he thought that
Keep it
at
in
all.
the fucking pen.
I had to put it down. You know, I stabbed it once, and then it died, and I stabbed it 400 other times, and we couldn't eat it. But I showed that motherfucker his boss. And I hung him out near the other chickens just to show
Let him know
like, this is what happens.
know what happens.
If you're from a Mexican family, you might get lucky enough to watch your uncle swinging that
He
fucker
did like a
around his head.
lynching of it. Oh.
They fucking
I
they
almost
do
got
that
to
break
saw.
its neck.
I told
They
that
break its
story
neck,
about when
yeah.
I almost got to saw the one get its head chopped with the fucking butcher knife at my client's house, and his mom
My
had to
God,
stop
yeah.
them.
That's right. So go pull a brick.
Oh god.
And don't kill my
Don't do
chicken.
it while the white person is here. He's gonna tell the police
He's gonna
something.
freak out. act like we're doing something cruel and inhumane and not making dinner. We are making dinner, sir.
Ew, what do you slaughter your own? That's gross, dude. I let other people, I let Mexicans do that, or Asian people.
And sometimes whites from Indiana, but it really just depends.
Yeah, just don't do it in front of me. That's my best friend, that chicken. I just met him yesterday.
His name is Charlie.
It's
Okay,
always
Steve. Yeah, Steve's a good name. Steve's a good name for anybody
It's a
you
good,
don't know.
solid name.
Jim.
Yeah, especially if like you were getting somebody's name
Fuck you,
at work
Jim.
like wrong
Bullshit.
for however long, and they go like, "Oh no, my name isn't David." And it's like, "Oh, it's Steve. I'm sorry, man." Even especially if his name's not Steve, it's like Mike or something. It's like, "My name's Mike." "Oh, Steve. I'm sorry."
I'm sorry, Steve.
My bad, dude. I've been getting it wrong this whole time. You mean to tell me?
Who? Just say waitress.
Just
Say
say
waitress.
I love how he says that over the phone at one point. Like, so you're waiting for
Well, that's exactly
who?
Who?
Yeah.
Just say
Just say
waitress.
My name is not waitress, asshole.
I have a name. Whatever. And he hangs up.
I know. Have you
I
seen
think
that?
they're gonna say it. Nope.
No,
So,
never.
it's funny. I saw something that like
Waitress.
they had a planned name for her because her and Artemis did this like 2-woman improv show before like the fucking show took off, really. And so it was like a thing in their local paper that was like Artemis play and whatever the actress's name is playing their characters from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Artemis and like fucking Justine or some shit. Like they actually had a name for her. And I'm guessing that like it was before they released it. They're like, yeah, let's just not do a name for it. It's
Hey, you know what
funnier.
we're gonna do? We're gonna write on it in parentheses, waitress.
We're just gonna call it waitress.
Well, I just realized it's way funnier to like. What if we just never address her by her actual name?
Right.
Like we don't even know it.
Well, it's
She
kind of like
does say it
the.
once.
Well, I don't think she does.
She doesn't. In
They
the show,
infer
I guess,
they
yeah.
infer during the high school reunion episode that it's Nikki Potnick, but then
see if realize it's not or something.
but they've said on the podcast that that's not it either.
yeah.
And then they do another episode where it's just like D stuck in quicksand. And she's like, if you can tell me my name right now, then I'll help you out. And she goes on and she's rattling off names. And a couple scenes later, after she's been there for the whole day, she's like, actually, you got it a while ago. I just wanted to see you struggle.
That's great.
And so you don't actually know what it is still, but they that's part of the joke.
I think the podcast is where I had first heard that they even announced that they were like, oh yeah, it almost accidentally got fucking released.
Got
before.
leaked. No, she is just waitress and always will be. I mean, unless you want to call her Mary Elizabeth, but who wants to do that? I'll bet you Charlie calls her waitress every now and again.
Waitress, give me a beer.
Married.
Give me a beer, waitress.
waitress.
You think her kids call it? No, kids don't watch the show.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Do they have
would in
children?
public if I were them.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like, yeah.
Just to take her down a peg while you're being a little shit.
Not even that. Just like together. Like, all right, we're gonna go in here and I'm just gonna call you waitress the whole time. It's gonna be hilarious.
Like that. It would also be a little plus. Just like it's Charlie and waitress. Maybe get us a free meal.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, anybody who likes the show definitely just calls her
Anybody?
waitress. Anybody who watches the show and sees her in public
Even
just
Betty
calls her waitress.
Crocker.
Yeah, and Betty Crocker is a saint.
I just had to say that.
Yeah,
No, this is episode brought to you by Betty Crocker.
Betty.
Betty Crocker.
Betty Cocker.
Bready Crocker.
Betty Cocker. Huh?
I feel like an idiot.
Yeah, you are.
I feel like a
good
fucking
idiot.
idiot. Is that Arrested Development?
Yeah, when he's the Blue Man Group and he comes
And he
as
thinks
the
it's,
Blue
yeah,
Man
he thinks it's for the Blue
It's
Man
for
Group, but it's for
sad
people who are
men, yeah.
depressed. Yeah. It's like, I feel like a fucking
I feel
idiot.
like a
And then he just
fucking
walks
idiot.
away with the Charlie
Just
Brown
walks away.
Christmas music.
I feel like that wasn't the first time that's happened.
Oh, it's so good.
It's tryouts for the Blue Man Group.
Fucking Michael Cera's in the Barbie movie, and he's fantastic.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Nice.
he's fucking awesome.
Is
in
he
that
a
movie.
is he a Ken or is he just like a
No,
human?
he is
Who's
Alan. He is Alan.
Is he like a Ken form? I mean, or is he
no,
a
no,
human?
he's Alan, Ken's friend.
That's what I
Ken's
mean.
Is he a
It's
doll?
Essentially, a
Friend.
Ken.
No,
is
he's
a
not a Ken. It's
homosexual.
a separate doll.
Is he a
No, that's what
okay.
I mean. Is he part of like the doll
a
line?
fucking
That's
doll.
what I
Yeah, he's
that's
part of
what
the
I
doll
meant.
line, but he's
That's
got
what
his
I
own.
meant. Like,
which
is he a
Jesus
human
Christ.
or
That's
part
his
of the
doll.
doll
Which
line?
one is it?
Yeah.
they remind you
Tim got it.
how many different like
I
iterations
felt like he was
there
just
are too.
fucking with you. I was like, what is this?
Well, they make it clear in the movie too, like
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
different
they had,
products
like,
the Barbie
they had
line
a bunch
had.
of different ones.
Like
the
it was
fucking
like
Asian
Stacy,
one.
which was like the teenage version of her,
Yeah.
and like a bunch of other shit like that. Like they have one named Midge that I didn't know about. There's like apparently a pregnant mother. It was like really awkward, so they discontinued it.
Yeah.
And so in the end credits, they show you what that doll looked like, and it is
Yeah.
fucking awkward.
It's a fucking fat bump.
It's got a
there.
baby
Is it
you
worse
can
than the Down
remove.
syndrome one?
Ew,
It's got,
Jesus.
and you got to remember, I mean, this is like 19 whatever's, like 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
So it's not
We're gonna
humble
teach these
looking.
12-year-olds how to have children.
How to-
That's what it's about.
Next year
That's
is when
the
they
whole-
start.
Yeah, how to shit a baby out of your cooter. Like, let's do that. Let's teach the children that shit. But they have all kinds of stuff. Like, Ryan Gosling is the one that you were asking about. He's the actual Ken, the
He's
main
actual
Ken.
No, well, that's what like
That
what I
makes
meant by a
sense.
Ken was like a fucking. Is he a male Barbie doll essentially? Like,
Yeah.
like
He is
or
one
is
of the-
he one of the humans from the human world?
He is one of
That's
the
what
male
I
Barbie
meant.
dolls.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's Alan, Ken's buddy,
Okay.
and he's
Oh yeah, I saw
quite
him. I saw him in the
hilarious.
ads. Now I
Yeah, he's
remember.
quite
His
hilarious.
Like
heterosexual
him and the
life
Asian
might-
dude from isn't he the one
Si-
who's in fucking the recent Marvel movie is one of the Kens?
He's a Ken, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Ken in the movie. He's funny too.
It's good.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie, and it's
It looked
funny
like
as
it.
shit,
I remember I
dude.
saw the filming when they first were like filming it, and that scene where fucking like Barbie cracks him in the face, and then
Yeah.
Ken's like, ah! Like I saw them filming that, and I was like, damn, this looks like it's probably gonna be funny because Ryan Gosling, he's the best show. Like if you're a decent actor, you can be a fucking great comedy actor.
Yeah.
And then which is what
Just
makes me
let
laugh
go.
when fucking stand-ups get all mad. They're like, why won't they just put us in movies? Like, because you're shit actors.
You're not a good actor.
Good actors are better
They're
than
very
these
different
two.
things.
Yeah. There's a difference between rattling off punchlines.
But of course,
you're a stand-up,
according
you
to
could be a
Godfrey,
writer,
they're
that's all you get.
jealous. They just can't. They
They're
have to
straight up
pretend
jealous.
they're
Who's jealous?
actors
Everyone.
are jealous of comedians,
Yeah.
and that's why
I'm
they have
sure
to
it goes
pretend to be
both ways.
comedians in a movie.
Yeah, Godfrey
Well,
does
yeah,
go
you
both
just
ways.
hear you could hear in the fucking whatever show I heard him saying that.
Let
You're
me
like,
just-
you're projecting yourself on.
Let me
this.
ask you this: when you say Godfrey, who the fuck is that?
comedian.
Exactly. There you go.
Like, and I mean that
He's
the
an
way you
African
took it.
American fellow.
Okay, like Gilbert, like you just stealing
Nope,
names
his
now? Is that what we're
first
doing?
name is Godfrey.
His
first name is Godfrey.
Godfrey, not Godfrey.
Oh, not Godfried.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
Godfrey. Frey.
Oh, even better. I still don't know him.
But I don't know his last name. He's all right, but I also think he's kind of like a voice
Is he-
character hack.
He's
Is-
a what are they called? These escapes. Gas Digital guy.
Oh,
he's
yes?
got a
He's
show
one
on
of the
Gas
more
Digital.
popular
He's a comedian?
shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
a
okay.
he's pretty big. He was on like I remember he was on Louis. Do you remember the episode where Louis had to take the lady's
I never
daughter?
watched Louis.
Okay, then it's out the
Watch
window.
it.
No, it's a bad show. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Watch it 3
evil.
times and then you
I
can-
fucking
it's bad
I
for
love
your-
the episode where his fucking agent dies and he gets him like a part as a cop on a show with Matthew Broderick, and so he comes up and he keeps doing the scene. The scene's like Matthew Broderick runs up and he's like, "Where's my father?" And he like stops. He's, "Where's my father?" He's like, "Your father's dead." And he's just like saying like a fucking
father's
sad-
dead.
And he's like, the first one is like, "Your father is dead." He's like, "Really?" Like that's how you'd say that to someone whose father just died. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh," and like it cuts through like a fucking
do, like,
like,
six
reel of him,
cuts.
and one's like, "Ugh, your father's dead."
Your father's dead.
Well, it's like the in Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry's in New York filming a movie, and then he gets
Larry.
he gets home and he goes to visit his father because he couldn't get a hold of his mom. And Larry's already old, so his parents are like in their 90s.
Yeah.
So he goes to visit his dad, and he's all like, "Hey, where's mom?" He's like, "Oh, she's not here right now." And he's all like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "What's going on? How's she doing? Is she in the hospital still?" And he's like, "No, she's not in the hospital anymore." And he's like, "Oh, that's good." And he's like, "So is she out like grocery shopping?" He's like, "Well, no, she's not here either." And he's like, "What are you saying?" and he's
she's
all like, "Well, you
dead."
know how she was sick?" And it was like, "Yeah." And she went to the hospital, yeah. And he's like, and then she got out of the hospital. He's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "And things go how they go." And and he's like, "So what are you saying?" He's like, "She's dead. Your mom's dead." And he like just kind of says it like
Jesus.
that, like it's not his wife or something. And he's like, she's,
No, it is what it is.
He's old. He doesn't give a
He's like,
fuck
you know how
anymore.
people go. They just,
Yeah.
so she's dead. She's
What's
dead.
that? He's trying to play it loose for his sons. Like, and I tell him his mother's dead, or that
Yeah.
would fucking make him all sad. He's in his 60s. Fucking.
He goes, "When's the funeral?" He's all, "It was on Monday." He's all, "It was on Monday? I missed the
I
funeral?"
missed my mother's funeral.
He's
You
all,
should have been there, dude.
She
That's
said,
fucked up.
She said, "Don't call you. You're busy filming a movie. She didn't want to bother you."
Oh my god.
And he's all, it's just as bad as you think it is. Like, why would you think that this is a reason not to call?
I have not watched that show all the way through. I have a problem with like uncomfortable comedy.
It's so
Yeah,
makes
there's-
you
That's
so-
his whole
Well,
thing.
that's
It's
why I had
just
to push
like-
back with Schitt's Creek.
Well, that's
like
like,
that.
Yeah.
That first few episodes are so uncomfortable. You're like, fuck me, this is terrible.
Well,
and then when you
100%
push
get
past,
why
you're like,
it's
this
funny,
is so
but-
so great.
all of Louis, like that whole fucking.
Well, that
series
one I
is
could
like-
get over a little
Yeah.
easier just because it's his comedy, which is funny.
Yeah.
So you know what I think that episode is referencing his time on Parks and Rec. because you can tell he's very his character's supposed to be awkward on
Who's
Parks
time
and
on
Rec.
Parks and Rec?
Louis when
Louis,
he's
he was a
plays
cop
the
that
cop
tried
that
to
tried
date-
to
That's
date-
right. That's right.
So
that's
I
right.
think that is what he's referencing.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that's probably that whole story is him being like forced on a Parks and Rec. He's like, I don't want to do this show, but now I'm forced into it by like someone I'm either close to me dying or something
Hence why he's a
happening
cop
that I'm
again.
forced into this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So to me, there's cringe comedy. Like I think The Office fits into that category.
Yeah.
And then there's fucking Curb, which
It's
is
just
like
uncomfortable.
it's just secondhand
It's the
embarrassment.
purest form of fucking improv in like a fucking show that like it does it so well that you're like, fuck, it hurts my brain how uncomfortable it is because like they can't.
Yeah, they
have
make
to
you
fucking,
feel it.
Well,
there's-
it's just that he's a person that like everything you've ever wanted to be like, I should just say this.
Yeah.
He just says it.
Yeah.
And then all the repercussions happen, and you're like, you know what? This is why I don't say it.
Yeah,
And that's why I
exactly.
can't watch it. I
But,
feel embarrassed for him, and I'm like, I feel like I'm standing there, and I'm like, sorry, I don't fucking know this guy.
I feel like getting you to like feel that way is like the same level as like a dramatic actor getting you to cry though. Like
But the thing is I
It
feel
is,
like
but
more.
I can cry. I just can't be uncomfortable.
I don't think as many people are as susceptible to crying as they are to feeling uncomfortable
Right.
in like normal situations. Because
Cry every day.
there's these moments where it's just like, why the fuck are you
morning.
saying this? Like,
Breakfast.
shut the fuck up. Like, please stop. Like, there's one of them where like since he's so hard on his sleeve about shit.
Yeah.
One character's wife, they're having dinner. She's a quote unquote verbal texter. So when someone says a joke, she goes, "LOL, Larry." LOL.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and that's already
Says that
bad
out loud.
enough.
I'm gonna
Fuck
come over
that.
there.
Piss me
And
off.
so he asked Larry, he's like, "Hey, you're good. You wear your heart on your sleeve. You're willing to say it. Like, can you tell her that it's not funny? Like, it drives me
Yeah,
nuts, right? But I can't say anything because I'm her husband." And so he
Oh,
does.
it's his wife.
Yeah, and she immediately like looks at him. You're a sack of shit, Larry. And then turns over to her husband. Like, you fucking told him to do this, didn't you? And it's like every possible,
Immediately, yeah, shit.
every
She
bit of
knew.
it just goes to shit. And you're just like, this is why we don't do that. Like, just let the person be an ass.
God, his wife's so fucking hot on that
Oh,
show.
I know, dude. She's with Kennedy. She's Kennedy's husband.
RFK.
John F.
RFK,
Kennedy?
baby.
The one who's running.
RFKJ. RFKJ.
The one
Wow.
that thinks that they made COVID to target the Jews and a few other people.
Does he actually? Is he believe
Let's be
that?
completely honest here. He is right.
No, I'm voting for him.
Yeah, I would vote for him, honestly.
I don't know what party he's in. I think it's
He's
the.
a Democrat.
What happened with
Okay, then I'm
JFK
not
Jr.
voting for him.
coming back for his?
No, he's
All
gonna
right,
be.
they
He's
said
coming
this
back.
didn't
He's gonna
happen.
be here next Tuesday.
People said he was gonna come back.
I
from
love those
hiding.
people waiting. No, he's gonna come back. Today's the day, and
Who?
then like
Who?
People
they
said
thought
that
John F. Kennedy was still alive.
Jr.
Oh.
JFK Jr.
there's video of that.
No, he's dead.
No, of him dying. He's what I
Yes,
think
that's what I'm talking about.
There's other video of him not
I
being
think he
alive.
might have coming
no,
back.
these people like
Yeah.
they're all waiting over the lawn of like their whatever
Yeah.
Like,
government
there-
area.
There's video of his brains like all over the back of the
I
car.
know.
All over his
Like,
No,
wife's
it's
face.
not. It's not.
These are not smart people.
It's
Tim.
not JFK.
They don't
it's-
collect facts well.
It's supposed to be his son, it's JFK Jr., but
Ugh.
he died in the 90s as well. He's also dead.
Yeah, imagine being RFK and like, oh yeah, your dad's he's gonna go through this kitchen out of the interview and then he'll be right out here. It's like, okay, and then it's just like, son, your dad's dead. We have to go.
Did you?
he got shot at close range by a guy that was dressed as a chef.
They Dave had him on.
Yeah, I'm part of the problem.
And that fucking
JFK?
lady that worked. No, RFK, John F. Kennedy. And then he had Lincoln after that. No, they had some some lady as like a secretary or something, and she's asking him about like there was an incident with Ted
Oh yeah,
Kennedy
she
where
grilled
he
the
killed
staff.
someone.
She
and she
grilled the
starts
staff.
bringing him about bringing it up amongst his people.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
then
oh, that's a great way to
they
never have him
fire-
on again. You're lucky he even did the interview.
Well, that's right. I think he also understood. I'm guessing like fucking. He probably, if they said anything at all to him, then he's probably like, "I'm fucking so sorry." But I also think they understand that like, in fucking who
People do
Dave,
this
who
all the
Dave,
time.
Who Dave is, and then like some fucking nut job might
He
just
still
get
did
by
it, but
in
he's
the
not gonna
hiring
come back.
in
Yeah.
the hiring process. Oh yeah, he's done.
He's also
I
not
don't
gonna
know because
win.
Dave does all those fucking caucus speeches and shit, so he's got a lot of sway in that fucking area. That
Of course,
he might
it's a
get
lot of
him
people whose
back.
vote really doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's true.
No, we're gonna one of these days a third party's gonna win.
yeah, sure.
I thought he was
Sure,
like, I thought
peace
he
and
was
freedom. Good
pro-Republican
call,
at this
Roseanne.
point.
Honestly, yeah, I was gonna say like fucking Bernie, Andrew Yang, RFK Jr., and a couple others like your closest bet to a third party because they're Democrats. That's it.
The last time a third party made a difference was fucking Ralph Nader.
Yeah, or
Or,
Ross
Bob
Perot.
Dole.
Ross
Joe
Perot.
Namath.
No, Bob Dole was a Republican.
No, Bob was
He was because he
Bob
was
Dole.
the vice president.
Ross
for-
Perot. Yeah, he
Ross
actually
Perot.
like took like they're like this actually made a difference in who won because whatever party he's stealing people from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hey, come join our hopes and dreams
He
party.
stole a
But
shit ton
what
of Democrats.
Neither of them did was win.
That's
They're,
right.
they're never gonna win. It's not made
It's like
for
the
them to
Bial
win.
guy. The what the fuck is his name?
That was it Dean?
Yeah,
Dean,
not Dean Kane.
Not James Dean.
No,
Dean
it's
Cain?
Dean something.
No, it's not Dean Kane.
I remember that guy was
Big
like
Daddy Kane.
I like that guy was like a front runner, and then he did that, and you were like, yeah.
Well, it's like he was ready to like fucking. He was on track to win.
To win,
and
yeah.
then like that happened. Like, nope.
Yeah.
If you're
The
gonna
people that are
shout,
supporting people that don't understand politics, so they're like, I like this guy. I don't know what he's talking about, but that's cool. What did he just do there?
What the fuck was that?
You know, and I'm gonna go back to voting against my own interests. Republicans.
Well, the best part too is that like if his inflection wasn't so bad, if he went like yeah,
It was like,
everyone would have been. It was the
no,
We're gonna wash up. We're gonna wash up and be like, "Pyaw!"
it just shows how fucking shallow Americans are. Don't
Right.
talk like that, dude.
You're making me
That's
feel
weird,
weird.
man.
Shit.
You can't have a weirdo as the president.
I'm not
That
gonna
would
vote
be
for the BI guy.
We can have a piece of shit, but not a fucking weirdo.
yeah. The Chappelle Show joke is more acceptable than what he actually
oh, yeah, They made
did.
fun of that, right?
Yeah, that's where you got the biaw from. Because that's not how it sounds.
His sounds like.
Yeah,
It's like a
exactly.
fucking, like a-
exactly.
I remember you said hard like it pissed me off
was
watching
Howard
the Bial
Dean.
one.
Howard Dean.
Howard. I just remember like watching that fucking skit. It was like I get what he's doing, but it's so off because then like they do the side by side and he's like, "Rah!" and then
that's the-
not
that's
it,
the
but
joke.
it's supposed to be a fucking yeah.
They're making it sound like he made that sound on purpose.
Yeah.
You know, play it into the mic.
I'm going to.
Oh, I
yes.
could probably get that here too.
You know something? You know something? If you had told us 1 year ago that we were going to come in third in Iowa,
Hell yeah.
we would have given anything for that. And you know something? You know something? Not only are we going to New Hampshire, Tom Harkin, we're going to South Carolina and Oklahoma and Arizona and North Dakota
He's
and
so
New
jacked
Mexico.
up.
We're going to California and Texas and New York. And we're going to South Dakota and Oregon
He's to
and
South Dakota
Washington
twice.
and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
You can see it on his face too. He goes, "Ah!"
He realized
and then
he
he stops.
fucked
Then he
up.
pulls the mic down for a second. He goes,
You know what I
But then
think
he
I might have overdone
doubles
it.
down.
Well, at that point, you were in.
I feel
You're
like
I'm
Gotta
gonna
go
be the
in
BR
on it,
guy.
yeah.
I think if he just did that at every single one of them, that exact. If he watched it over and over again and replicated it, he would have still done better.
Well,
that
that's
way.
Yeah, he
that's what
probably
Trump learned
would've.
from him.
He'd
It's
have
like,
made
hey,
it
if you do
his
something stupid, just continue doing it. Be like, this is what I do.
Yeah, it's,
You
it,
could have leaned hard into BI. You would have been fine.
it would have been great, and people would have loved
But
it.
he was embarrassed about it, and everyone could see
They would
it
have
on
had
his face.
signs. They would have had all kinds of shit just saying that stuff. It would have been fucking perfect.
You want to take a break?
Breaky poo.
All right. You want to sing?
Sure.
I don't know what's on
This time, things will work out just fine. We won't let you leave this way. This time, things will make out just fine. We won't let you live this way.
That was gay.
will, but it's definitely not going to be as funny. You can tell that they're going to force a little more. It's like made by some Japanese dude, and you can
it's
tell.
definitely not. No, that's definitely not going to be the thing. That's just a
Sucks.
spin-off kind of.
I don't know. The only thing that makes me think that it might be is with the whole Justin Roiland shit that they were like, "Fuck, we can't really, we don't want to like fucking."
They already said that they're going to have it.
Have they? All right.
They already said they're going to have it back.
That's right. I didn't fucking pay attention. To
Yeah,
that
it happened a
shit.
while ago.
Yeah, I
they said
remember
they're gonna
all
do
that
it.
shit. Like,
I guarantee you they'll be able to find somebody that can do a burping impression of Rick, no problem.
Mummy talk.
yeah, well, both. I've heard great Morty impressions.
Mummy.
Fucking and shit. So like,
Stink.
there's definitely someone who can match it without any issue.
Oh, yeah.
And
The
he's like, he
impressionists
wasn't
everywhere.
even one of like the. He did very little writing for the show. It was mostly
Yeah, he was just
Harmon and
mostly
their
a voice.
team,
Yeah. Well, and the show ever
He
since
did a lot of voice. I saw the show. They did like a picture where it's all the characters he does, and it's like 15 of them.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it's
now,
just
like,
like
once you make that character voice, someone can like replicate
well,
that
if you make
voice.
enough, it's also when somebody can easily replicate it, and so at this point with AI, they could probably just there's enough fucking shit. There's enough data to force into a model of an AI model just do it themselves without even paying anyone.
That's gonna
But
sound
that's
like
the-
shit though.
Well, that's the no go they're already getting. We hear that thing with
I say no go.
the fucking movie. The,
I
like
need
the,
to go no go on this one. I say no go.
I say no go.
I say no go.
The production companies were already putting this thing out that they wanted to pay like extras $200 to own your likeness rights in perpetuity through an AI
Well, that's
system.
definitely gonna happen.
And it's already getting it's getting a lot of pushback and already kind of getting shut
It
down.
doesn't matter. It's coming.
It'll happen eventually, but I think it's
Did
won't
you watch
happen.
that video I sent on the chat where it's a video where the AI wrote the entire script, but then they had the guy from
Well, that's
Silicon
like-
Valley and like a couple other famous people do the three characters,
Yeah.
and they're reading the like they say it like matter of factly what they're saying, but it makes no sense. Like it's
Oh, yeah.
clearly like, and then it's before the Silicon Valley guy.
I saw the Bing one that they're trying to like fucking people are asking like if you ask it to write you a story, it will never rework the story. It'll tell you to fuck off. Like, it's just like I have written my story, and if you'd like to go and take this and make your own expansions, you can. But I'm done
Now
here.
you go ahead and blow it out your ass.
This is my intellectual property.
It's
So-
well, it is. They have your Bing's like has a whole thing that when you sign up for it, we own anything that fucking you create from this.
Right, yeah. So this is a interview of the guy who does Porky Pig right now, and like he kind of explains to you, like he says at the end, like this is why I have job security, but like this is
Make
what
sure you talk.
he
through it.
he explains how he does the voice.
Boy, okay?
Do you hear what he's
Hey,
fucking called me?
boy.
It's a chair. It's a desk.
What?
Now, you ring
A
my nose, and it kinda
retard.
makes them, and it's boy.
This is how I talk to
And
Austin
then for
too.
the third sound you push it more. Boy. It's a chair.
It's a-
It's
it's
a
You
desk.
do the
And then you have to put
dishes.
together
I
full
do the
sentences.
dishes.
The boy sat in the chair next to
You
the
realize this
desk.
makes you the
And
retard
nobody
in
can do
this
that,
one.
and that's why I have job
Do
security.
the dishes.
Yeah, if you do.
So I did that for nothing. Thank you.
No, if you do it when we're not talking over a video that's already a YouTube video, we get pulled from YouTube. You got to talk over it. That's the only way it works. That's why we're doing.
Did we
that.
not just do that with the Howard Dean? It doesn't matter.
That's why I kept
No.
trying to talk.
Watch out your own time. You have some homework to
Well,
do.
it's I didn't realize how many voices fucking Billy
also
West
apparently-
did. Billy West should be the big voice in fucking that's coming out of Futurama. But fucking because he
Who does
didn't
he
make
do?
it, he's too old and like homely looking. He does Fry,
Oh, okay.
Zoidberg, the Professor. What's his name? Fucking I am the man with no name. Zap Brannigan. That's just Zap Brannigan. He does fucking.
Kiff.
He does like a shitload of
Man
the
and
voices.
woman. Tell the
Whereas
other
you
men.
realize what's his name? Fucking the guy who does Bender does like
DiMaggio.
Does like 3 or 4 at most, maybe like 2 even. But because he
But it's
made
not a
he,
show without
he went
Bender.
on this. What really is because he can fucking handle his weed, and he went on that Getting Dug with High show, and that shit got him off. That shit kicked his shit
I'm
off
gonna do
real
my own
quick.
high history and blackjack, cookies, hookers.
Yeah, and so fucking that shit was like Billy West is the way better voice actor in my opinion. Like,
but he just gets so
It's
much
just
work.
he's done Ren and Stimpy. He did Ren and
It's
Stimpy,
just you
both Ren
couldn't-
and Stimpy.
The show would
like-
not be the same without Bender.
No.
Yeah.
That's why he knew. He's like, I get more money for this.
Well, he's.
And I also
it's-
think that's all bullshit. It's just to like hype it up. It's like we're not gonna do it because he doesn't want to.
Oh well, it's
Yeah.
supposedly
It's
it was
like
because,
money talks. He'll
well,
do it.
Supposedly it was him actually being like they try to underpay Billy West and all the rest of them, being like, we're gonna give you guys like a fucking cut, and then we're gonna give him a paycheck.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I just won't do it until you give them a paycheck. But I've also heard that people were like, it was him being like, you're gonna give them a good paycheck, and then I'm gonna get a little more.
I'm gonna get a gooder one.
Yeah.
You're you're gonna give me a gooder paycheck,
Nice.
but you're also gonna pay them fairly.
Yeah, I want you to pay them fair, but I want a little more.
You're
I'm
gonna
me.
pay them fairly, and you're gonna pay me exorbitantly
I want you to pay the market rate, and I want you to pay me that plus 25%.
Yeah.
because I am John fucking DiMaggio, and I rule.
And also, I negotiated this whole deal. You guys should fucking thank me. You were getting nothing.
But
Matter
that's
of
I
fact,
think
give me
it's-
some of their money.
I think it was.
I rolled in
entirely-
here and started talking about blackjack and hookers, and next thing you know, they're paying me 40% more than you do.
No,
all
I
it takes.
definitely
Fry.
think the resurgence of his like fucking popularity was because he went on like a Getting Dug with High and shit, and he was like, "Yeah, I smoke weed and I can do these cool voices while I'm fucking high."
Yeah.
So like everyone who's stoned and watching
Yeah,
this
he
loves
does-
this.
He does a shitload of other voices, not just
Yeah.
Futurama.
Yeah, of course. I just mean like
He's like
fucking
one
why
of the
he's
most
like,
famous
but he's
voice
like the
actors.
resurgence of his career.
Well, it's
in
funny
the fucking
because
recent years.
he's Joker in Under the Red Hood, and
Yeah.
he is not good. He's
yeah.
not good. Not good
it's
at all.
just fucking what's his name? Fucking.
That's a choice.
hits
Like
it.
they're like, I want you to do your Joker voice. So like, yeah, that you nailed it.
You killed it, dude. Thank you for
Yeah,
signing on John
sure.
DiMaggio.
It's not for
Thanks.
everyone. He's
like-
not fucking Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, it's like when they had Jensen Ackles do fucking Batman. It's like nailed it, and then it's like, and then we're gonna get John DiMaggio here for more name
I'd
recognition.
rather you didn't.
That's
like-
exactly.
Yeah, and it's like, well, what voice is he gonna do? Don't worry about that.
Don't even worry.
You just worry about being Jensen fucking Ackles because you are Batman.
Well, that's you know when they had Luke Skywalker do the voice of Joker.
well, he's the
They
best
definitely
Joker.
put that shit on everything. Like
Yeah.
this is Mark Hamill.
This is Mark fucking
This is
Hamill.
I
after
don't know,
the
'cause-
success of all of the Star Wars, and then now
Yeah,
this is Mark Hamill.
right.
It's Mark Hamill.
And then it was
I
it was
didn't know-
after that I think that him and Conroy got real acclaim.
But like with the Batman the Animated Series, I was probably the target generation for that, and I didn't know Mark Hamill did it till I was like 27.
it took me a while to know who it was.
Till I was way older.
my
I had
mom,
no idea.
my mom was the one who had to tell me when I was a little
Oh
kid.
yeah, I just randomly saw on some shit that like, oh my god, Mark Hamill there? The fuck?
Yeah,
He's so good.
I remember her telling me when my mom for like my birthday or something like that, she got me Mask of the Phantasm, that animated movie for that one. And we watched it together, and she's like, "Oh, they have the same actor from the original cartoon too." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know who it was." And she told me, "It's like it's Luke Skywalker." I'm
Luke
like, "No
fucking Skywalker.
fucking way!
Oh yeah.
He's a bad guy now."
What are you talking about?
I thought it would have been Darth
That's
Vader.
what they got him to be the bad guy in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
He was a bad guy in that
Yeah,
one.
the
The
big
cock
hand.
knocker.
He has a big hand, isn't it?
Oh, that's
Cock
right.
knocker.
That's right. That's right. I
Where'd
forgot
you
about
get
that.
cock knocker
It's
from?
fucking
Oh, it's a
Hamill,
funny
dude.
story. It's actually.
Yeah, he knocks him right there in the
Yeah,
That
nuts.
just shows how deep fucking what's his name is in with. Like,
Well, that's
that
what they
group.
even.
Oh, yeah.
They even do like a hey kids, it's Mark Hamill. Applause like in
Yeah.
the movie. They do like a fucking cut.
Yeah, no, he's a mega nerd. He's a huge geek. He loves all that shit. So it's like when you
They've
include
said they're
him.
not going to put him in anything Star Wars again.
Well, because
I think he said he doesn't want to be in
well,
anything
I
Star
know
Wars
he
again.
said-
Tried
he
to buy
sold-
his
They
likelihood.
did. I
They were
thought
doing
he sold it, but then it failed so miserably because people were so angry
I've read
about
all these
it.
things where like Star Wars has a Luke Skywalker problem. It's like you can't base the entire thing around one guy because eventually he's gonna die.
Well, that's what they're.
And all the characters they've come out with since him were bullshit. Like who the fuck?
well, Ray's
like,
getting
it's
her
a
next
terrible
another
character.
movie, isn't she?
Well, she's only bad
not.
after the second movie. It's the
And
third movie that fucks her.
fucking- What's his name is a terrible bad guy. Kylo Ren.
Adam Driver.
Oh my god.
And not Adam
again,
Driver, Kylo Ren. Because Adam Driver's a good actor. I
And
like
you
him.
know
he's a
what?
great
He's a
actor,
good
But
man.
now
they-
Kylo Ren is a bad character.
They wrote him such a
He
shitty
fucked Austin.
script after the
He
second
fucked me in
movie,
my ass during 65 or whatever it's called.
and you just couldn't abide by that, could you?
Yeah, and they're like, he's like, after this, you're gonna tell everyone that I'm awesome.
Steven had a good point. Have you seen that 65? The
Steven.
movie where it's like
Oh,
supposed
the
to be-
dinosaur one.
He's like an alien, and they fucking him like. There's the premise is supposed to be like he's got to go fucking like work these 2-year trips in space so he can get his daughter like fucking fixed from some ailment she has, and then he's one of the trips he's doing with this it crash lands on the fucking alien planet. Find out alien planets Earth 65 million years in our
Yeah, yeah.
in our past. and so like the only girl who lives
Oh,
is
that
some
Adam Driver movie?
Yeah, it's some little girl, and then you find out that like his daughter died while he was on fucking spoiler alert, but his daughter died from cancer or the fuck she had.
This movie already
while
come
he's
out?
gone. Yeah,
Oh,
it's been out for a while.
Oh, okay.
Done bent out.
But there's like a scene where you
Hey,
think
if you don't have Plex, you gotta get my Plex because I have Ricky's.
I have your Plex. It does not work.
Ricky's
I gotta
works better.
use Ricky's service. Ricky, he actually
He
he
pays
got
for service
he has
space.
gigabit, so he's got 1
Oh, wow.
gigabyte up and 1 down.
And he, like,
And
pays for
yeah,
service
he
space
basically
and
made like a
shit.
thing that downloads all the newest movies
Like when they come out.
when they come out. He doesn't have to do anything. It puts it on the server and it goes right to Plex. So like, you got to do that.
I will
Just don't
say his,
choose mine because if I turn off that computer, it doesn't work. And he actually uses like 4K too. They're like good quality.
Ooh boy.
Sometimes he gets fucked because his like new Spider-Verse movie is just Into the Spider-Verse, the fucking first one, and so like I kept trying to rewatch it. And I was like, this is really familiar. 'Cause,
If
like,
anyone
"Get
wants
it
to
all
log in,
day,
I'll tell
make
you right
it all-"
now.
I was like, this song sounds really familiar. Is this in the second one too? And then like I see him doing the things like, oh, this is the fucking first movie again. Like, god damn it.
I can't stand that song that they use for the movie because it just sounds like a ripoff of that Paper Planes song from the early 2000s, the Spider-Man song.
I fly like
Spider-Man
baby. The animated one that was Into the Spider-Verse
Sing
and
it.
Enter the Spider-Verse. But the fucking, I can't remember I don't really know the lyrics. When we were
Don't
singing.
be shy.
I don't know any of them.
Don't say I'm making all day.
He knows it.
Don't say I'm saying
Some
like
shit
that.
like that.
But
yeah.
it definitely sounds like
That's
that.
my
I
favorite
fly
line,
like
dude.
Pip again.
I
high
cried.
Like planes.
Listen, get a real fucking Post Malone song, you bitch.
Yeah, you fucking piece of shit.
Like one of the good ones. All right. Post Malone's got a deep
It's funny,
catalog.
I guess,
postpartum
what's her
Malone.
name? The MIP or fucking the one who did the paper planes. I guess she became like super
MIA.
pro fucking MIA. I guess,
Mia.
I heard,
MIP.
like, I heard some shit like she became super pro Islam and
MIP.
like fucking pro whatever. Sharia law and all this shit. Like,
Nice.
she's trying to push
Yeah,
that
she's from
shit with her
Pakistan.
music. Like, hey, listen to my music, but also, fucking women don't show your fucking faces.
Everyone loves religious music. Everyone loves religious
Yeah,
music.
especially
it's
when
a
it's
big
weed,
seller.
religious weed rap.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. I really like what is it? The Jesus music, the black people. There's like 30. of them.
Oh,
What's it
fucking-
called?
What's it called?
Revival.
Gospel music.
I love gospel.
I want to
music.
find a gospel black church so bad.
I
'cause
don't-
I'd be
I don't
sitting there like,
believe any of that
freedom, Jesus.
I don't believe in any of that shit, but I really enjoy. I just enjoy a lot of people singing and
It would be
unison.
like-
It's like this is so satisfying.
If
right
we
now.
were both in one, it would be like the Blues Brothers scene when fucking what's
we
his
do
name's
flips
in it
and
and
shit?
sitting there doing
Yeah.
backflips. The goddamn bands, man. Fucking
That's a revival church.
yeah. I want
be
to see.
specific.
That's what I
Oh,
want.
everyone
One of
else
that.
say- everyone's
I
doing the
want
whole
that.
thing?
Yeah, and it's also likely Pentecostal, so you get to
Hell
hear them
yeah.
yell gay like about gay people and shit.
Oh, is that how
Yeah,
that goes too?
yeah,
Look,
usually,
have
usually.
you seen that honk
if
for
it means I get to
Jesus?
sing loudly in a huge group for
Well,
not feel
you're gonna
bad
have
about
to
it.
at some point. You're gonna have to fake talking in tongues. You're gonna
I'm
have
down
to do
for that.
so hibbity
so
dibbity
speaking
squibbity?
of
You,
that,
well, that's the thing. You got to let the preacher hit you in the head.
Speaking of that, have you seen that Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul?
No.
That was it's just like a mockumentary about like this huge mega church gets like fucked up because the leader, the pastor, got caught fucking like fucking teenage boys in
course he
his
did.
like group or like in like his like fucking.
Oh, I know what you're talking
So,
about.
yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Jesus said
Yeah.
it was
So
cool, so
if
we're good.
there's that scene in it where like it's the people who stayed, and it's like this small family, and one's a little girl, and she comes in and she's like and like afterwards they're all like, she's feeling the spirit, yes, and like cuts to her and she's like, I love the theater.
yeah. That's right. I remember that part.
love that scene.
I love the theater.
I love the theater.
I'm surprised there's more like Instagram influencers who are like, I go to church, I do this whole thing.
Oh, they're very much.
I got my
are.
friends up there with the cameras and shit.
It definitely is a thing. It's just so gay that no one watches
Well, that's
it.
the one.
If
That's
we
the one.
find,
like, it's
if
really.
we found a singing black people church, you can come up.
Oh,
we're
I would
gonna
be
come
there
in with
every
a camera,
fucking
and
weekend.
We're both gonna do the what do you call it? The cartwheel.
doing
We're doing
cartwheels,
cartwheels.
side
Oh,
by
I'll tell you this right now. They will
Cross.
not let you in.
Yeah.
Two white guys with cameras, not
Oh
happening.
no, we're gonna hide the cameras. We're
You're gonna be there. You're gonna be undercover.
Yeah, we'll have you and
Oh,
Tim
yeah.
go secret on the camera.
Okay, I'll go in blackface with a wig on. That's a great idea. Let's do that. I go in blackface with a wig.
Well, of course you want to fit in with us. We're also going to be blackface. And then they're like, why would you do that? They're so
We're all
pissed.
sweating the makeup off like
Yeah,
half an
it's
hour
the
into
best
it.
They're like, I feel like I really wanted to come to your church, and I feel like you wouldn't accept me.
I thought that if I did this, then you guys would be
I thought
okay.
This is what you like.
You come
I
in.
thought
You
you
come
wanted
in with the
darker
rush
skin.
hour. What's up, Monica? with fucking he's
Monica.
like, the fuck do you
Monica.
say?
Yeah, Monica.
Friends.
You gotta play that, like everyone just hold it up and just play that, like.
I meant,
the hell
I'm
did you
sorry,
say?
man. I meant neighbors.
I mean,
Sorry, man. I meant
I
neighbors.
mean neighbors.
Ninjas.
Just leave at that point.
Hello, ninjas.
I like the
Bitches.
one
Freedom.
of the Revival Church where like it's basically centered on like the camera is almost like a drum cam. It's kind of over the dude's shoulder, but he's playing right. And like he's like hopping, right? And so they always put like a deathcore breakdown over it, and it almost always times up perfectly. So it's just these people that are fucking jumping in the church, and the drummer is fucking feeling it, and you got deathcore playing behind it. It's fucking
Have you
awesome.
seen the DuckTales one?
No.
It's like it comes to like some dude just starts hopping like on one like foot kind of thing, and it's like life is just like, and he's doing to the beat so well, like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. It's like he's like in the foreground,
Yeah,
right?
and he's just
like
sitting
on your right side,
Yeah.
in the blue shirt, and he's doing that 2-step thing that he's working on. He's been shopping that at a few different church gatherings, and people really liked it.
Have you
Oh,
ever?
definitely.
I'm in a group on Facebook where it's just and the Lord said, "Rah!" And it's always it's like he said, and the Lord said, and then cut to like death metal. And then, or they do that, or there's the one where like the white guy he's dancing,
Yeah.
for whatever, but like they just put like metal behind it.
Yes.
And it's like it's perfect.
It's so good.
It's so great.
Oh yeah, I love that. Oh, it's on Instagram, isn't it? It's like
It must be weird to be like a death metal Christian band, like whatever.
like Impending Doom.
Impending Doom. You're like everyone hates me.
Yeah.
Everyone
Like,
who
there's
should
no way.
love
What am I
me
gonna do in a
hates
church
you.
and play my music? You're like, no, it's about Jesus. You're like, it don't sound like it's about Jesus.
I don't believe you. The front of the record makes it look like it might be about Satan in a good way about Satan, not a bad way.
That's right. I like when the music's questionable.
It makes it better that way. I mean, fucking, you got Argus Burns
You
Red,
happy? Pissed
very
off
very
enough.
metalcore style, but it's not enough to make you be like, ooh, those guys like they might be
When we went
Satanists.
to the last Warped Tour,
Yeah.
and we're all hanging out together, and then I heard August Burns Red was playing on the small stage.
Yeah,
left,
yeah.
And I went over there, and like it was like everyone. It's real like a pit. The whole situation.
Yeah.
I was like, I miss this so much, dude.
Oh, I know. It's such a good
We went
feeling.
in there. I'm like, I'm not scared. It's nice. Like, I'm not scared of anyone anymore.
Yeah.
Because
I'm way more scared about my like fucking slipping a disc or my
just-
ankle kicking
well,
out under me.
That's what you're scared of. I'm scared that I went to the
Hurt my back.
I'm gonna kick
Yeah.
out and I'm gonna pull the hamstring.
I'm
I
gonna
did that
fucking
before.
lose my ankle, have my ankle just fucking kick out from under me. And fuck
But
that
I
up.
wasn't scared. Like this guy's gonna want to fight me.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I don't give a shit. I think I'm like 50 years
I'll
old, dude.
stop
Like
it,
I don't want
yeah.
to talk to you about fighting.
Well, yeah, and it's like the only other time we had that kind of confidence was like I think our first Sounds of the Underground in Mountain View when it was like we knew it was going to be just
No,
a brawl.
the apex of confidence is when we were in Disneyland. And we went to that show.
Oh
and,
my god.
Like they didn't. I don't
It
feel like
was
they've
the-
never seen hardcore dancing before.
Well, it was a weird lineup. It wasn't that weird, but it was a strange lineup because you had a hardcore band. Yeah, then you had
Blood Runs
Cataclysm.
Black was the
Cataclysm
opener.
it was the real one that fucked
That's
it up.
when we were like, we own this place.
Yeah.
Like we're both like we're doing the like
Side to side shit.
side to side, like jumping the
Yes,
crowd
the
shit.
best.
And it's just me and Bryce.
Yeah, because
everyone
everybody
else
else.
is standing there like, nah.
And it makes me now to this day like now looking back on it,
I never
feel
felt cooler in my life.
I felt really cool at the time, but now I feel like an ass because like all these death metalers were like, yeah, we're gonna mosh to Cataclysm, and these two guys fucked it up for
Good,
everyone.
them.
It's just-
Yeah.
There's always that.
Ruined it for
There's
so many
always
people.
the metal versus the hardcore guys, and I've always felt like you got to defend hardcore
Right.
because like
Well, they have the
the
AK-47.
popularity is like this is gay.
Yeah. No karate in the pit. Oh, I'll teach you some
That's what
fucking
you always
karate,
used to
dude.
love it when you go to a show where they've got both, like
Mhm,
sounds or whatever. You're like, I'm gonna get involved with the hardcore kids, cause especially the time, like it was like 2008 maybe.
Yeah, 7, I think, was
Uh,
that year we graduated.
Like the people that hardcore dance were like they still were rocking side bangs. It's like they were still out there,
Right,
but like
right.
it was dying and they didn't know. And so like when you're standing there and I watch some fucking cool guy, metal guy, and he just tees off on this child, like I felt like fully justified in fucking that guy up.
Yeah, exactly.
We're at that one when someone like fucking you were doing it. You were hardcore dancing, and someone
Oh yeah,
dropped
someone
you.
dropped me. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna do it now too. And I fucking ran to this guy, and I dropped that guy, and then his friend come over and he hit me, and I like went 2 steps,
Oh, you
and I was
barely
like,
moved.
I'm
That's
good.
the best.
Yeah. you didn't land it.
Because you know what's funny is not only you're like you always have to deal with the male guys that hate hardcore. It's the same guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've seen that guy before at other shows where there's beating up hardcore children, and that guy. We were at one where like some kid came up to me, little tiny guy, and he's like, "Let's do it. Help me open this."
Oh yeah.
And I help him open this, and like it's us and like 4 people while the main pit's over here. We're doing our own thing, and then I watch some dude come up with the fucking bandana, and he comes behind him and he puts it around his neck.
Oh Jesus.
And he pulls this fool like into the crowd, and it's just me and this guy that we're doing a hardcore pit.
Fuck.
And I was like,
Scumbags.
yeah, exactly. I was like, well, I guess I'm out.
Well, I guess I'm not doing this.
Well, I'm done here.
I didn't realize that they were taking people to kill them. Are we not recording?
Dude. Damn it.
We haven't been. No, we haven't.
I'm gonna cut
We're
this
live.
episode short. Cutting this one short.
And we're going to start now.
I think for the past, I think we didn't even get any of the revival stuff either. At least all the people watching live will know what happened.
It's still, I could pull it off of YouTube. It'll be fun.
That's fine.
There we go.
It'll be fine.
Pills are good.
No, yeah.
Pills
Now
are
I
good.
won't get in a hardcore pit, but I will admire it. I will go to the edge of it. I like to stand at the back right edge or the back left edge of a pit because I still want to be involved. I want circle pitters to run into me and like I can
like
push
a little
them.
danger. That's why
A little
I'm
bit
here.
of danger. It makes the music like really like you ever go see a show and it's a band that you're really excited to see and they're maybe it's a hardcore band, maybe it's a metal band and they're particularly heavy and there's like a part in the song where like you've been waiting for it and it's like the crux, right? And it hits, right? And it feels like in your vision that the stage is shaking because it's just so fucking awesome. Like have you ever experienced that?
Yeah.
I've experienced that several times, and like that's what I'm going for. That's why I'm standing in the back of the pit because I want that feeling where it's like, true shit's popping, fuck off right
Going
now.
off, but I'm
Yeah,
But
I love
also-
the back of the pit is the best. Because
Yeah.
like I feel very safe. Especially, I'm not scared of it anymore. Like I'm perfectly fine to kick you in your ass and then
Right.
push you like 3 feet forward. So
Well, I feel bad for the girls that stand there. It's like, what are you doing?
Well, it's
the
the
best
best.
was
show-
when that one time when Bryce, Joe brought his girl at the time.
Whoops.
Yeah,
And it was that one. It was the Moria
Yes.
returns.
Yes.
And he
Oh,
brings her. They're
Jesus.
standing right at the edge of the pit, and like I was like, Joe, what are you doing, Joe? And like he's drunk, so he's like, no, I'm fine. I've gone with you. First thing, when they start breaking it open,
Yeah.
a girl, bam, right in the face.
Oh yeah, that's right.
and Joe's
that's right.
behind her. I was like, you put the girl in front of you?
You put the girl. Yeah, he's like, I don't want to get hit. He's like, I saw this coming. He goes, I saw this coming a mile away.
I told her.
When I took fucking Megan to Hoods Fest, like I did what I always do. I like to stand at the edge of the pit. It makes you feel alive.
Yeah.
And like then they were opening the pit, and like I had to stand in front of a guy coming full speed.
Yeah. And
And
tank
he
his
just
blow.
throw his whole body into me, and
Yeah.
like I can't let her get hurt. 'cause
No, it'll put her off everything.
I want to never not have to leave in 5 minutes.
Right. I paid $20.
I don't know what I
for
was
this.
thinking. Hey, would you like to go to a thing that you're not really comfortable with?
Would you like to go to the thing you're not
How
very
about
comfortable
Hoods
with?
Fest?
Let's go to the most violent one.
How
Yeah.
about the worst version of this?
Yeah.
Hey, look, that's a white supremacist right there. Like they're here.
Yeah, I mean, right, exactly.
Like you saw skinhead bands at Hoods Fest.
right. Yeah.
That
they
was
were
what
into
it
that.
was.
Fucking
It's-
Nazi rock, dude. I don't know why that's a thing either. Like, punk rock and hardcore should be almost strictly anti-Nazi, you'd figure. You would think.
They get on whoever's gonna,
Well, it's anti-establishment. I get that, but that's like also
it all
part.
comes from
They
like.
latch on to the anger aspect.
It
not
all
the
comes, yeah, it all comes
anti-establishment.
from like punk. Like everything is
It's all just about being
anti-society.
angry.
So, like,
well, it's not even about like
white
anti-
supremacy is also anti-society.
I guess
It's about,
that's
I think
true.
it's
Fits.
about being angry about that shit.
And
And
it's
they just latch
angry.
onto that. They're like,
It
yeah,
is angry.
We get to be angry, say we hate black people. And
Well, have you ever seen that movie Green Room with
Yes.
Patrick Stewart?
So good.
Oh, when he says
And it's
the
like-
N-word.
His N-word.
He says the N word. Fuck yeah, that's the only
And
reason
that
why I
kid
watched
who
it.
got
And it's
ran
got-
over gets
and it's got
stabbed
what's her
his
name?
arm the fuck up.
Yes.
That scene where he puts it down and there's like
It's
Red
such a
laces.
great movie, and you know, like it's funny, like because I know like you in bands and things like this, like I could see this happening.
Oh, absolutely. But my problem with it is like this band, this chick in particular, is so fucking stupid.
It's what's her name from
Oh wait, maybe?
maybe
Yeah, she's so
The bassist?
fucking dumb that she's like, oh, we're in a Nazi bar. We should probably piss them off.
Yeah.
We should probably make them really
Well,
angry.
it's her, and it's one of the
no,
Harry
it's-
Potter. It's one of the
the,
brothers, the twins.
No.
It was both of them, I guess,
It's-
because she's in that. No, he's maybe it's not that.
The,
She
it's the
decide-
oldest brother. It's the oldest brother.
she
is the
decides to
bassist.
play
Yeah,
Nazi
she's one of
punks.
No, it's not.
No, they do Dead Kennedy. Nazi
Yeah, Nazi punks fuck off. Yeah, it's like-
Well, but
It's a
it,
great
wasn't,
idea.
it wasn't that. It was that the fucking.
It's 'cause
They
were in the
tell them
room.
he goes in the room, tells him get the fuck out, and he's like, I just need to get my phone. Turn around, run to your car,
Yeah.
run as fast as you can.
Yeah, like what are you doing?
You knew where you were.
yeah,
It's
read
like,
the
look
room.
around, dude. Like the people in charge here are Nazis.
Why would these guys be here
They're
if it wasn't
literally
cool for them?
Nazis, and I know, like, as like a punk band, you got to be able to be like, yeah, we're gonna do that. But then they did the like, we'll do the Nazi punks fuck off. It's like we get balls.
Well, I think that's like it's those cases where like punks got to make sure that you know that they're punk, at least in this
It's not a
sect
music;
of-
it's a movement.
right. It's or at least it's supposed to
At
be.
least it was.
But I
It became
rather
popular.
I rather enjoy the punkers that understand that like, yo, maybe we should just not do that. This is probably not good for our self-preservation.
Well, I like the whole generation of the gutter punks, where they're like,
Crusters.
it's super punk rock to be homeless.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think you're like 23 years old, dude.
Oh, I was
You got your whole life ahead of you.
Do
and
you
you're doing
remember
this?
when you were playing with North of the Woods and it was like some place in Santa Cruz and we're like talking to some dude who like we used to see at shows all the time and he was like, yeah, I'm fucking. He's like, I'm kind of like I'm at home right now. We're like, oh man, yeah. So he's like, yeah, I'm trying to sleep here tonight. I'm gonna try to hide when the show's over.
That's right, yeah.
We're like, what the
But
fuck? You're like
that place-
32.
That's right. That place by the FedEx.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh my God, that was that was
It
when
like
I was
a
filling
youth
in.
center or something.
That was when I was filling in for
Yeah.
Brandon's band because I think
Well, that
Oh
was
yeah, it
always-
was. Yeah, you were
I
doing.
think-
You did North of the Woods
That
and
was-
fucking
yeah,
Brandon's
but that was
band.
funny because we only had like 3 or 4 songs and people were like, you have more time, keep playing, and they're like,
We
you want
don't
us to-
have anything.
we don't have anything else, and there's like, you want us to just play the
Everyone knows how to do covers.
do you want us to just play the intro breakdown a bunch of times? And then people were like, yeah, do that. So we played for like 5 minutes, a 30-second song we played for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, so you wrote a hardcore song.
Yeah,
Let's just do the
Essentially,
breakdown
yeah.
8 times.
let's just do that. Let's just keep going. It was funny too because we kept looking at each other like, again? Yeah, again. I remember looking at the sound guy and being like, hey, keep going.
Fuck it, dude.
I remember how awkward that felt too, where he was
Well, I
just like,
remember
I'm
'cause-
homeless right now, and I was like, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, please do not ask
Well, that's
me.
what I was expecting him to be like. Can I come sleep at your house? And then
Right.
he's like, I'm gonna try and sleep, hide here after the show.
Yeah, hide
Sleep
in the
here.
venue after the show. It's like that's so fucking sick.
Dude,
Oh
good
my
luck,
God,
man.
so-
That's
I
great.
remember that was the same show where what's the drummer's name? Was it Augie? Not Augie. Who's the
For North of the Woods?
North was the
Yeah.
brown? The not. It wasn't Augie. It was he had the blonde hair.
Oh,
Who are the
Matt.
other members?
Matt pulls up. Was it Matt? Sorry, he pulls up after the show, looks at me, he's like, "You drunk?"
You're asking
You're
the
like,
guy from the
"No,
band.
I haven't been drinking." He's like, "Yeah, you're drunk. Follow me." We go into like boony, like fucking, we're like weird cutoff off 17, and we cross.
Oh,
17
yeah, from
to
that-
get in the fucking.
Oh, yeah, I remember you
get
go-
on the beach, and we're leaving at
Like, you
the
go
end, and these
underground. It's like a fucking waterway, and then that's where you go to smoke when you were at
Yeah.
the venue.
And then
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I remember, was it there? 'Cause
no, yeah, it was
so
at the
like-
venue. You had to walk far.
Oh
from
no!
it.
This was off 17. He took us to like
Yeah, this is
a
like
random
Santa Cruz.
cutoff. We
That's
get
what
off.
it was.
We get off, and he's like, all right, we have to cross like the fucking freeway to get over to this beach entrance. And
Yeah,
then,
Davenport
and then,
or
we
near
went-
Davenport.
we went smoke-
Natural Bridges.
something like
Doesn't
that.
matter. Doesn't
And
matter.
then
Doesn't matter.
We went like smoked. We get told to get out of there by some like security guard looking dude. And as we're leaving, some guys, these people walking up like, I think one of them had their face painted like juggalos. He's like, "We're fucking partying tonight, bro. Is that you staying?" We're like,
Nope.
"No, we're going home."
Well, now that you're here,
We just got told to
Hey,
leave.
stop caring about something so much, you weirdo.
I want to play the Gathering of the Juggalos. To be completely honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I always just love what's his name? Fucking Bobcat Goldthwait had a story when he was on Rogan that like one of his buddies was like driving around through through like the Gathering Juggalos, and I guess some dude decides to fucking whip a full Faygo at his head.
Oh Jesus!
Cracks his head. It immediately starts blowing up. And he says they get back to like their fucking.
They
their
throw
fucking
poop
whatever,
at tequila.
Oh my
They
God!
go back to the Connex or wherever the fuck they're staying and they're like hanging out in. And he's like, he gets in there and they don't have any ice, so he just puts an ice cold Faygo on the spot.
The same thing that fucking hit him.
He probably heard that from one of the doctors that go to those.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He did. the several the dozens of doctors that attend Gathering of the Juggalos.
My favorite is that
Dr. Sukran, she loves to go to the Gathering.
That's his favorite.
I've always just loved that American Juggalo documentary where it like this
Have you ever
bitch is like
watched that?
smoking. She's like I'm here and I'm fucked up, and then it pulls back.
pregnant.
She's like, and I'm pregnant. She's like 8 months pregnant
Oh
with a
my
cigarette in hand.
God.
She's like,
Drinking and smoking.
Oh my God, dude!
It's
Just
the
like,
best.
Let's just roll out all.
Such trash.
Like
No, you could tell that documentary. They were just
those
like,
two
let's just get the
fuckers were
trashiest
genius,
people.
dude. They're like, we'll just really appeal to like white trash.
Yeah, I mean that's a good move, but that fucking lady. I hope that kid miscarried because that sounds like that kid's in for a world
Oh
of
yeah,
pain.
he's probably got a huge
Why? 'Cause
giant head.
Now he's got a.
Got a big old
A
peanut, dude.
giant fucking wonker head.
If it looks really weird.
And I
we
bet
just
you his
put a-
parents probably tell him that it's normal all the time, and then all the kids, as he gets older and older, are just like, hey, fucking fetal alcohol syndrome asshole, you have a fucking huge head.
Your head
Like
looked
fucking
like.
Dan Soder, he's clearly had fetal alcohol syndrome.
Has he?
He got such a
Me
big head.
too. The head.
It's the head. You could tell.
Well, no,
It's a
'cause
thing.
Ours are chunky. His is elongated like a fetal alcohol
I can
syndrome.
almost certainly say that mom probably drank
Oh yeah.
at some
but,
point.
But it's like, have you like with fetal alcohol syndrome? It's supposed to be like it's like elongated head, and so your head's really
That
fucking
2XL
big. Yeah, it's not just wide; it's long and
God.
big,
Look
and
like
that's
fucking-
what Dan Soder's
That's why I
head
wear
looks
an
like.
8. I wear an 8, but sometimes an 8's not good enough
Like,
because
we
it
just
really
have
just
fat
depends.
Look like fucking Marge Simpson's hair.
I thought Tim was going to come back, but I think he. You know what? Tim's brought to you by Stamps.com, and they're not here tonight.
Tim is too busy playing video games at this point, which I
Jeez.
can't say that I blame him.
Look, I get it.
There are several times where I would just rather be playing video games like throughout the day that I should just do it. Like I'm at work, for example, and it's like I could easily be
Yeah, I
playing
just
video
play
games. right now.
video
You
games.
could easily be masturbating. In fact, I'm gonna masturbate right now here at work.
You guys mind if I masturbate in the bathroom? Is that okay? Hey, no one come in here. I'm masturbating.
Don't be fucking weird.
Hey, no, come in the bathroom next 20 minutes. I'm masturbating.
We jerking off in here.
I'm just gonna tell you that I'm taking a fat shit, but that's no. I do like how everybody's mad at Jason Aldean right now, the guy who makes those little mini breakfast sausages.
jerk-
Oh, is the whatever?
He makes those breakfast
small
sausages.
James
town.
Aldean.
That's not in a small town or some shit.
I don't know anything
song.
about his music. I just know that he makes great breakfast food.
Oh, does he? I guess it's like there's definitely a lyric in that song that implies a fucking lynch mob for sure.
I haven't read any of them. Is it like I want to actually now I need to know.
I just remember reading through it. I was like, this one
Jamie?
lyric sounds like he's talking about like me and my boys get a lynch mob because you're in a small town. or some
Easy.
shit.
Easy.
I'll bet you.
Googly.
I'm willing to bet that there's not.
It's probably not even close to that.
It's
bad,
it's
but-
country pop. They're not allowed to. Like
course
that's
not.
way too dangerous. Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red night, pull a gun on an owner of a liquor store. You think that's cool? Well, act a fool if you like.
I wrote that.
It's so badass. Did you see the let me try to find it. The thing that Garrett posted. Oh my God! It's because everybody's just capping on him right now, and I don't know the lyrics. I don't care about them. But he found a really good meme for it, and it's like it's a picture of him with a bunch of text over it. It says, "You want my gun, my firearm?
Oh, I saw that.
Come and take it from me.
This is very out of character.
Just walk through my small town and take it from me with your weak, soft, liberal, girlish hands. Just try to put those hands on me, those soft, liberal hands.
Wait,
Put
that's
'em-
in the song?
No, this is a meme they made fun of him with.
It's Garrett. Remember Garrett?
Just listen. This is great. These soft, liberal hands. Just put them on me in my small town. Just slowly, gently dragging your fingers up and down my arm, giving me goosebumps. You want my gun? Come kiss me for it. But not right away. Don't be too obvious. Let's do that thing where we get in our faces, get close to each other, and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. You just stare at each other's lips, and you've been waiting for the right signal to give yourself and tell them completely like a walk to remember. Come do that. Come do that for my gun. Bite my lip. Play with my hair for my firearm. If you want my gun, come spank me for it. Not like hard, but still like hard, you know? Like hurt me, but make me feel safe at the same time, you pussy liberal. Just try and take that in my small town.
You guys, hey,
That's fucking genius,
you guys
dude.
right now, you guys fucked up not letting me believe that was the actual song. That would have been so much funnier.
Oh my god, dude. That
I'm
would
sitting
be
there
the
like, what the
best.
fuck? He put this? Like,
He believes it.
That would be so great if they did that for a country song. You want my gun? Come kiss me for it. Like, that would fucking rule, dude. Fucking look into my eyes and do that thing, you know, where we stare at each other's lips, waiting for the right moment for my gun. Do that for my firearm, you pussy liberal.
take off the hat.
Take off the hat.
Fast, come to this club. Wear hats in this club.
That just makes me think of the Tony Soprano part where fucking he tells the guy in the bar to take off his hat.
I only have to think of in the fucking. I think Tony Soprano is like, I just want some fucking smoked turkey here.
Some fucking smoked turkey. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, AJ.
Why can't my son be a psychopath like I am?
This is terrible. He's a soft little baby shit. Are we wrapping it up?
All right.
Rapping it.
Let's wrap it up.
I had
Oh, you're gonna sing Try That in a Small Town by Jason Aldean?
God
no,
damn
I'm
it,
gonna put life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplane. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales, woo! Every day they're out there making DuckTales, woo! Tales of daring, do bad, and good luck tales, woo!